What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Jungle Greenhouse. Today, we're going to talk to you about our amazing Suriname trip. I've mentioned it before, we're going down to the jungle, but I'm going to talk to you about all the details of the trip so you guys can see how amazing it is going to be, because we are a few weeks out from it happening. But first, we're going to give you a little greenhouse update. We're going to water some plants, we're going to feed some snakes, and we're going to talk about some upcoming animals. So let's get into it. So first up, I got to mention my last video was supposed to be an unboxing video from Sam's Reptile shop. Basically, Sam reached out and donated a bunch of awesome goodies to the greenhouse for us. So that is what you're watching right now, is a quick cut of that. Because I ruined that video, I completely butchered the audio and it is totally unusable. So anyways, here's a quick recap. But basically, Sam reached out, donated all this stuff to the greenhouse to help with the cause. So thank you very much, Sam. And if you guys want to check out Sam's Reptile Shop, make sure to go to samsreptileshop.com. Use code EXOTIC10 for 10% off your entire purchase. Sam is amazing. We really appreciate all this stuff, and we like to support people that support us. So definitely go check it out. Got all kinds of hard goods like bioactive vivarium supplies and live animals for sale. So definitely check it out. But Sam also wanted to donate an animal to the greenhouse. So we talked back and forth a little bit, and we came to an agreement on an animal that is going to be an awesome addition in the greenhouse, but didn't want to send it in this shipment. We're going to wait until after me and Tiffany get back from our trip so we can be here to kind of monitor them up close. But comment down below on what animal you think it is that is coming to the greenhouse soon that is being donated. And make sure to check out Sam's Reptile Shop. But anyways, let's jump into the greenhouse jungle update. So first up, we'll just start with all the plants, I guess. We'll go around and we'll give you updates on animals as we go. But the fish are not plants, they're fish, but they're doing great. Anyways, we got the aquatic plants in the pond. Over there is the Lasomorpha, and then we got these two big Certospermas, and they're just starting to take off and do really good. Oh yeah, we also got this Lagonendra up here. This thing's a beaut. But those are doing good. It's like a little sample of the pond planter we're gonna eventually build. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. As far as other aquatic plants, we got things in the little stream still doing really good. We added some of these little cyclants all over. Those will take off. Those are like one of my favorite little plants. They're gonna be beautiful. All our Anubias are doing good. You can see they're getting rooted very, very well. Right here, our little Montrechardia arborescens is starting to take off, do really good. And we added this little Anthurium rupicola, which is going to be very cool once it grows out. On the other side over here in the waterfall, plants are doing really good. We got our Spathiphyllum. We added this Anthurium amnicola with its little pink flowers. It's added to the top. It looks awesome there. And then we got some little orchids and stuff over there, an Arangus biloba, and some little sundew plants that aren't doing as great, but you know, they're doing it. Another awesome thing to update you guys on is our carnivorous plants, like our Nepenthes right here. This one's super pretty. You guys can kind of see this whole wall has just been taken over by this Solanum. Everything's looking really good. Plants are growing in really good. But over here, we got another Nepenthes. This is my favorite one. This is Nepenthes LVB cross Veitchii Candy Dreams. You can see those stripes on the lip there. Very pretty. It just put out this first picture, so we're really excited that that one's doing good. It was kind of a rehab that I got. We're excited to see it put out some more pictures. And then right here, we're really excited about this. This is a Nepenthes that was donated to us. This is a Spectabilis Veitchii cross, but we mounted it right here in the ficus. So you can see all these pictures just hanging out of our awesome little tree here. Super cool, and I think it's gonna do really good in that spot. And it's protected by the guardian of the tree right here. And if you look around, we got a bunch of seed pods from Beta Botanicals. Sent us an awesome variety, which makes it look much more natural in here. I love these little palm frond looking things. I think they're Nippopods or something like that. But those are awesome. If you guys are wanting to get botanicals like that from Beta Botanicals, make sure to check them out and use code LifeExotic15 for 15% off your order. Love it. We've also added this awesome cork branch up here that we're just starting to plant. So right here we have a pretty sweet Anthurium wenlingeri. And then on the top, on this other side, we have a Philodendron callosum, which is looking very good. But yeah, this branch is awesome. The snakes love it. They hang out in here a lot. Even the big boy leaves his tree to come hang out in here, believe it or not. I know, I was surprised when I saw him leave the tree for the first time. It's kind of a unique situation around here, but he loves this thing. Another cool thing is our fruit trees. So this is the Annona johnii. This is the one that's related to soursop. This thing is like tripled in size and it's putting out these much bigger leaves. I don't know if you guys remember, but that was like a twig when I first got it and it was not looking super healthy. And then this is our Eugenia. This is another cool fruit tree, also doing really good. And then clear back here, we have our jabuticaba tree, which is also doing very good. It's like just starting to really take off. So fruit trees doing awesome. Probably going to be a good 3 or 4 years until we have any fruit off them, unfortunately, but I'm excited for that day. It's going to be very exciting to eat greenhouse fruit. Okay, and then another cool thing, we got a few plants flowering in here, but first is this giant Betsy eye. You can see how big the leaf is getting on this. But the flowering plants, this Pentagonia Wendlandii, these beautiful leaves, you can see down here it's got these little flower buds. They're not quite open yet, but I'm really excited to get this to flower. I don't know of many people that have grown this plant outside of botanical centers to maturity and get it to flower, and it is my favorite plant because look at those leaves. How could you not love this thing? And right here is our Conchocarpus macrophyllus, and you can see it has been flowering like crazy, and it has another flower spike coming out. So this thing just keeps going, and it is beautiful. I'm really happy this flowering. And then our corpse flower, our Amorphophallus operculatus, has gone crazy. It has like 5 offsets, so that thing is doing really good. Okay, and then as far as the animals are doing, they're all doing great. So we're gonna try to feed our snakes here. See if they want, whoa, they do want. They want very bad, apparently. That was pretty quick. He rarely ever eats that fast, but the female is hiding in her little log here. But we're just gonna leave her a little offering over here, and she will smell it and come out and eat it, I'm sure. And over here behind the pipe, you may be able to see the blue day gecko, but he is very sneaky. He does not want to be seen. It's probably as good as we're gonna get. Here you can see the female decided to come out for her little snack. So these guys have gotten really good at smelling food. Like if I just leave food anywhere near them, they pretty quickly come out and find it, no issues. So it makes feeding them very easy here in the greenhouse. And of course, our little Tachydramus grass lizards are doing great. Here's one of the males hanging out. They're not very shy, and for how small they are, we actually see them all the time. The males and the females in here are doing awesome. And you can find them literally anywhere, up in the tree, in the fern, on the ground, on the walls, on leaves. They just go all over the greenhouse, and they're super fun little lizards. Definitely still one of my favorites. So you guys need Tachydramus in your life. They're the best. And the dart frogs are doing great, but they're apparently not making an appearance right now. The Polychrus is doing great. But yeah, the greenhouse is doing amazing. All the plants are growing in, the animals are doing wonderful. Our own little personal rainforest is really growing and taking off. But speaking of rainforest, I want to tell you guys about the other one we're going to, the real rainforest. So let's head to the house and get into that. Oh yeah, and did I forget to mention, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you guys can keep seeing awesome updates, and you guys are not going to want to miss the Suriname trip.
Well, that was lame.
Well, that was supposed to be some epic feeding, but apparently the animals are not cooperating today, but you should still subscribe anyways, I promise. All right, so y'all have heard me talk about our trip. We're going to South America, we're going to Suriname, and going to the rainforest. But I haven't really told you all the details of it. I haven't told you about where we're going and why we're going there. because we are going to Suriname. A lot of people don't even know where that is, but it is a super amazing little country. So you can see right here, I got a map of South America behind me. You got Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, and then you got Suriname up here in the northeastern corner. So everybody knows South America for the Amazon rainforest, which is obviously where I've dreamed about going my whole life. I've been obsessed with it since I was a little kid. But Suriname is unique because it sits in the Guyana Shield. So you can see here, this is a map. This is the whole Amazon rainforest. This is the Amazon biome, and this is the Guyana Shield. And the Guyana Shield is a little bit unique from the rest of the Amazon. It kind of has some different water tributaries and stuff, a couple different species, a bunch of shared species, and a bunch of different landscapes. But the Guyana Shield is awesome. It is super diverse, super biodense. It really is just a super cool place. But let's jump into Suriname specifically. So this is Suriname right here. And Suriname, one of the reasons it's super unique country is everything I read online says anywhere between 90 and 94% undeveloped jungle. So it is the most forested country in the whole world. It is one of the few places left in the world that still has like completely wild, untouched nature, which is insane. And it is super biodiverse, super dense with really cool animals that even in the rest of the Amazon basin, you have a really hard time finding. The guys in Suriname seem to find them all the time. But basically the trip is going to be wild. So me and Tiffany fly into right here. This is the capital city, Paramaribo. We fly up there. And then this is basically like all of developed Suriname. Everything below this point is the interior, below like here somewhere. And the interior is basically just undeveloped jungle. A lot of these little places you see are like Amerindian villages and stuff like that. They're not like big cities by any means. So we fly in a little bush plane from Paramaribo all the way down here. This is the Kaiser Mountains, and we land in the Kaiser airstrip down here. And then this little blue line, this is the Lucy River. So what we are doing down there is we are kayaking the full length of the Lucy River. It is 300 kilometers. So we get dropped off in a little bush plane or helicopter or something down right here. And then we blow up our kayaks, we get all our gear, and we end all the way down here in a little Amerindian village called Amatapo. So we basically for 14-ish days are gonna be living on the river. We're gonna be kayaking all day long. We're gonna be sleeping in hammocks at night. We gotta like catch a bunch of fish to eat and stuff. We bring some food, but it basically is a completely wild experience in a completely untouched place that's part of the Amazon rainforest. And I cannot wait because there are so many cool animals and so many cool things we're gonna see. So I gotta chop up some fish food for this week. So I'm gonna talk to you guys while doing that. But we are super excited for this trip. We're heading down there with a company called Unlock Nature Tours. They are awesome. They're not sponsoring this or anything either. I'm not getting a discount for saying that, but they really do seem like awesome people. We've been wanting to go to the Amazon for a long time, and we've been basically looking who we want to go with, and we found these people in Suriname. The company is owned by Dick Locke, and they all really seem like a perfect fit for what we want to do. And they're all reptile enthusiasts, which definitely helps. So if you guys want to see more about the trip and the area like we're going to and what they find down there in Suriname, check out their Instagram and stuff to get an idea before we go on our trip. And also make sure you're subscribed to our channel so you don't miss it. And Suriname really does just seem like one of the coolest places. Like I said, I've researched a lot of Amazonian places. I was planning on going to Peru originally, but there's just a lot of like very touristy stuff, you know, which is good for a lot of things. But me and Tiffany want to go to truly untouched wilderness, which everybody says they're going to the untouched Amazon, and they ain't. But Suriname really does seem like one of those places. And yeah, we're just super excited, mostly for all the cool animals we're going to see, but we're going to see all kinds of cool sights and stuff like that too. But there is a lot of cool animals we're going to see. There is seriously so many cool animals down in Suriname. And the rate at which they find those animals down there is insane compared to everywhere else. Like, I can't even begin to explain, but a few of the cool animals that we're really hoping to see and we have a pretty good chance of seeing are giant anacondas. They have really big anacondas down there, and the Lucy River where we're going has big anacondas. Another one, the snakes, my favorite snake, one of my favorite snakes, is the South American bushmaster. So it is the largest viper in the world, and they find them quite a bit down there in Suriname. We have a really good chance of seeing one. We also have a good chance of seeing poison dart frogs. The Lucy River has Dendrobates tinctorius, which is a really cool poison dart frog. There's all kinds of cool birds, monkeys, stuff like that. There is tapirs, which are awesome. There is capybaras. You guys know everybody loves capybaras, including me. There is giant river otters. They're like the coolest looking 4-foot tall river otter. They're all over down there. There is a bunch of different types of caiman. including smooth fronted caiman, which in my opinion is the coolest caiman there is. There's also Bothrops bilineatus, which is one of the coolest looking vipers there is. There's all kinds of cool snakes, true red tail boas. Suriname actually has, in my opinion, the prettiest boas there is. There's also emerald tree boas. There's Amazon tree boas. There's fertilance. There's just tons of cool snakes. Not to mention frogs, you know, there's Philomedusa bicolor. There's really just a never-ending list of cool stuff that we could find. And being down there for 14 days on the river, we're going to find a ton of it. We're going to be immersed in wildlife day in, day out. One of the main challenges we have is gear. So me and Tiffany, it's one of the reasons we haven't made a ton of progress on the greenhouse lately, is we have been focusing on gear for the trip because we want to film the whole thing to be able to show all you guys. So we have had to get a bunch of new camera gear. We got to get solar panels, power banks. We've been testing all this stuff out. We've been going on hikes, kayaking, trying to kind of train and get healthier and get ready for this trip. And it's just taken up a lot of our money and time. So we haven't had a ton to put in the greenhouse. But I assure you, we are getting it dialed in. So one of the upcoming videos is going to be a full gear tour on what we're going to bring. We're really limited on what pack space we have and what weight we can bring down there. So we got to really like test out all of our gear and make sure it's what we want. Because once we're out there, it's 14 days and that's all we have and there's nothing we can do about it. So we want to bring the right stuff. And look, a frog finally came out and made an appearance for us. There's Frogbert chilling on a leaf. But yeah, really, it's just going to be an amazing trip, guys. And I really think we're going to be able to film the whole thing. So we're going to be away from service totally for 2 weeks. But once we get back, we're going to have tons of footage to upload. It is going to be sweet. So we fly out on October 8th and we're gone for a total of 3 weeks. We're going to be on the actual river for about 2 weeks. So definitely make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss this. Go check out my Instagram where I'll be posting updates on my story and stuff. I have a little countdown thing going on until we go. And stay tuned for the next video where we show you all the gear we're going to use for this trip. And we may have some animals coming sooner than later. Peace out.